Hello, boyos.
Hello, boyos.
This is Lonercast. We discuss all things video games. My name is Nick. That is Jake. Today, this week, we are talking about the Tokyo Game Show. And Amazon is diving into cloud gaming with a new service, I guess. That's about it. The show is very light. It's a very light week because, I'm the host this week, and that's just how it's been working. Last week's question, we asked you, what does the acquisition of Bethesda mean for the future of Bethesda? And I completely forgot to look to see if there was anything posted. Did you see if anybody responded?
I don't think so, unless someone posted something this morning.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Nope.
Well,
nothing. Nothing.
You guys said nothing, and we agree. Nothing.
I don't know. There's a chance. Like, there's several different ways it can go, right? I mean,
right. Yeah.
One way it could go is maybe this will clear up Bethesda. I mean, Bethesda's been going down a shaky, sort of territory lately with, microtransactions and stuff like that. Will this take them in a new direction where they're not going to be doing that as much and they just want to make games for Game Pass? But I'm also curious, does Xbox want microtransactions? Because that's a good source of revenue for them now that they have Game Pass. They probably want all of their games to have microtransactions. Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Fucking Halo.
I can see that, but in my experience, not a whole lot of stuff on Game Pass has microtransactions. It's more about DLCs. More stuff has like full-fledged DLCs where you get a bunch of content for $15 instead of just like, oh, you can buy the skin for $1 or whatever it is, In my experience, Game Pass doesn't really have those sort of microtransactions that Fallout 76 or other Bethesda games have had in recent times.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, well, that's an interesting thing that we just said, because if Fallout 76 comes to Game Pass,
it's already on Game Pass, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are there microtransactions in that?
Yeah,
that's weird.
You can buy the microtransactions. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I was gonna say, like, what the fuck's gonna happen to all those microtransactions? Everybody just gets everything for free?
No. Like, you just get the base game, but like,
right.
You can add to that game that you don't own.
Right, but then the Game Pass has got the rotation on.
Right. Say a game leaves, though, you keep your microtransactions. You just have to buy the base game.
The base game. That's a good point. Yeah, if you are spending money on microtransactions or DLC or something, you probably already enjoy the game, and the game's probably cheaper at this point. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Because I know Red Dead Redemption was on there, and that game had a bit of microtransactions, and that game left. I'm sure you got to keep all of those as long as you kept your save, right? So,
well, yeah, or just as long as you kept your
account
profile. Yeah. Other than that, let's move along to what you've been playing. What you've been playing, Jake?
I've been playing a lot of PC. I've been playing a lot of Age of Empires. I booted up Halo the other day. That was a good time. I'm not the Halo guy, but I'm thinking about jumping headfirst into Halo.
Playing all of them?
Yeah, or saying I will and then never doing that.
Yeah.
I've also been playing. I'm still playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh my god.
I think I'm almost done. I hear there's 3 acts in the game, and I'm like a couple hours into the 3rd act.
How many hours have you put in? This feels like a Witcher sort of thing. Like, I put in 220 hours, and that's just the story, No,
I feel like I've put in close to like 40 at this point. Maybe 50, but I'm doing everything because I'm going for the platinum. So the hope is when I beat the game, I'll get the platinum as well. So that's why it's taking me so long.
Gotcha.
What about you? What you been playing?
Well, last night we jammed on some Age of Empires 2.
for like 4
on
hours.
Game Pass. It was actually fun. I'm not a huge fan of Age of Empires 2. I like 3 a little bit more. The fact that you can have more soldiers in 2 is really cool, but I like the progression system in 3 a little better. I feel like the upgrades and the stuff kind of make more sense and make the game longer, even though we spent 4 hours on a single fucking game.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it feel a little better, and it's less of a rock paper scissors kind of gameplay than
I know what you mean, because like in Age of Empires 2, the game goes on forever, but I had everything unlocked like super early. Like an hour in, I had everything. So
yeah.
I get what you mean.
It's not like Age of Empires 3. I feel like it goes like you can choose a tree to go into. It's like, oh, I want to specialize in archery, and you have like this huge upgrade tree in archery. But
It's not huge, but yeah, there's a
it's
little bit
much
more.
bigger than AOE 2. So I'm really looking forward to the re-release of that. Play that shit on Game Pass. And the game that I just can't put down is Hades. Fucking Hades is incredible. I think since last week I've beaten it 2 more times.
Damn.
Yeah,
I need to put more
so
time in, but I'm going on a vacation soon, and I'm bringing my Switch with, so I'm planning on just
where are
spending
you
a lot
going?
of time.
Where are you
I'm
going?
going to the Pines, my guy.
Oh, okay. All
Go up
right.
to the Pines.
Go up north a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to Flagstaff.
Nice. Yeah, Hades is fucking great, dude. Um, I love Enter the Gungeon and shit, and the story just keeps going, and the progressions just keep going. Like, you finish it 1 or 2 times, and there's like another thing that pops up in the hub world, and you're like, shit, well, what is this? And it's like, well, you have to get to heat 8 or something. Once you beat the game, it gives you like heats, and it's like you can make the enemies a little bit stronger to turn the heat up, and then it's got like a list of a whole bunch of stuff, like takes away one of your options when you're getting boons and upgrades, and that'll increase your heat by 2. So I haven't gotten past heat 3, but at heat 8 they unlock something completely new that I don't even recognize. Like, this game seems to have legs, and I really enjoy the fact that it does. I think that's it. I think that's all I've been playing, really.
So heats are like each time you beat the game. That's what that is.
Each time they beat the game, you know how when you beat a boss, I don't know if you've beaten the first boss yet, Meg.
I've gotten to Meg, but I died at Meg.
Okay, so when you beat her, she drops a special material called Titan's Blood that you can only get when you beat her. But once you beat her with that weapon, she won't drop it when you beat her with that same weapon, unless you increase the heat.
Okay.
And then she'll drop it with that weapon again.
Give me the heat.
Yeah, so once you go through all 6 weapons, I think 6, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons, then you have to raise up the heat, because then you're not really getting the end game materials that you need to upgrade your weapons and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really cool the way they did the progression system. Let's move on to the only event that happened, and boy, it was a long one. I didn't really watch it because it was kind of spread out throughout. Like, I saw a few things that came out, but it was spread throughout like 3 or 4 days, I think.
Yep, I just kind of saw highlights and stuff, and
yeah. So I pulled up a article by IGN, written, I guess, compilated by Adam Bankhurst, who kind of like puts it all together pretty nicely.
Let me just start with this. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 got a release date, okay? Now, let's get hyped about this, okay? Let's everyone calm down.
Yeah.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is coming out December 8th. Come on now.
Was that announced at the TGS?
It was.
Nice. There's a lot of hidden little shits
Series
that came
X, out. What else? It's coming to everything. Yeah, PS5, PS4, Switch, Steam.
Nice.
Everything. Yeah.
That's fucking great. Is it just going to be more story? Did they say anything about what it includes, or they just announced it?
Hey man, it's just Puyo Puyo Tetris. What else do you
Okay.
want, bruh?
I mean, there is
Puyo
a
Puyo.
story.
It's
There is a
Tetris.
story, but that's
I don't
fine.
give a shit about the story. I just want to play some Tetris
I
with the
get you.
friends, with the boys,
With the boys.
and no one's gonna buy it, but that's okay.
It'll be free eventually, maybe not, or super cheap. Yeah, I'd play some Puyo Puyo with you, even though you like Tetris more. But
Go head to head with Puyo versus Tetris. It's good.
Yeah. Or do the switcheroo thing. That's pretty fun too.
Yeah.
This little compilation that this guy from IGN did puts it all together, and it's like the biggest Tokyo Game Show 2020 announcements. I don't know if this is in order of the time that they showed it off.
It doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. So let's start off with the first thing. New gameplay for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was revealed and gave fans a glimpse of what the action will look like as they play as Link the Champions, specifically Daruk in this look. I don't know what the fuck that means, and young Impa. So there's a new Hyrule Warriors coming out.
Daruk in this look, like referring to this video. In this look.
Oh, in this video. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It looks super cool, man. I mean, it looks like Hyrule Warriors, the first one, but with like a different skin.
Yeah, it looks upgraded.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Hyrule Warriors 1 came out originally for the Wii U, and this one is on the Switch. And it's Hyrule Warriors. It's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Did they put a release date on it?
I don't believe so. I think they just said, let me skip to the end of the video here. Nope. No, they did not.
Yeah, I like Hyrule Warriors. I never put a lot of time into it, but like I just love the aesthetic of Breath of the Wild so much that like I may pick it up just for that Breath of the Wild aesthetic.
It does have that Breath of the Wild's aesthetic more so than the first one did, I think.
Well, because the first one wasn't Breath of the Wild.
Right. No, it was
just Zelda. Like it was
right, but it was a 3D Zelda,
Yeah, but it was more like classic Zelda. This is like straight up Breath of the Wild costumes, look, Link is wearing that blue outfit.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Breath of the Wild's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Breath of the Wild's bonus items and special editions revealed. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity players who have Breath of the Wild save will unlock a special wooden training sword. Yay! And those in Japan, I gotta preface this by saying there's a lot of shit that's just in Japan, and they didn't really do a good job saying like, oh, this is just in Japan and this isn't in the United States or anywhere else.
It's the Tokyo Game Show.
So a lot of this stuff may only be in Japan for a while. I know there's one thing that I was reading down here that some game is coming out on mobile, and that's only going to be in Japan for the time being. But and those in Japan will be able to purchase a special edition of the game, which includes a small metal charm of the mysterious white robot and full-size parasail blanket. It is unclear if the special edition will come to see a Western release. However, there are ways around this. You can buy through Japan and then have it shipped here. A lot more expensive, but if you really want that parasailing, blanket that Link of the Wild, Breath of the Wild's Link has, just do that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The shit that I did keep up with is these next two. Monster Hunter Rise gameplay shows off new abilities, combat, and more. I am super stoked for this game. They showed about 20-ish minutes and a couple of little videos here and there showing off extended gameplay and showcasing more of the Switch game's new ability, combat, dog companions, and more. It seems really easy to move around in this game. It doesn't seem as heavy. It seems like very anime, and all of the shit is very anime. But we'll move on from that. looks good. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I think Monster Hunter Rise is like, yeah, it's both appealing to a new audience, which, like you.
Me, yeah.
And,
I didn't start playing Monster Hunter until World came out.
yeah, we got in an argument with our friend last night about like, why would they release this? Because it's nothing like Monster Hunter World, and it's going to let a lot of people down. But I think
it looks poo poo doo doo compared to World. It's like, yeah, it's on the Switch only.
Yeah, it's on the Switch, which is a handheld, and Monster Hunter was always a Switch game. And let's not forget that they released a handheld version on the Switch like the same day as Monster Hunter World, if I'm not mistaken. So like,
it was a remake.
Yeah,
of the DS game.
But
Generations, I want to say something like that.
Kind of puts it in perspective. Like these games, like Monster Hunter World is massive, but this brought people into the universe, and I think it'll get people to play it. I think it's cool. I think it's great.
They got my money on this one. This one looks cool. You get to ride dogs, and
it also appeals to like the hardcore fans who were playing it back on the DS and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who will now like be like, oh yeah, this is my shit. This is like the OG like sort of style. Anyway,
well, yeah, it looks cool, and I will pick it up. The next thing is that I have been looking at is Nier Replicant. Okay, the version on this is 1.22474487139. That's the full title. Nier Replicant version, those numbers that I just said, is coming to the West in April 2021. This is super exciting. My game of the year 2018 was 2018. I think it was 2018. Was Nier Automata, and I haven't played the old Niers because I hear it's a little dated and not everything is updated to
2017 actually.
Oh shit.
Nier Automata.
Yeah, Automata. So this is I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster.
It just says an upgraded version.
Yeah, so whatever that means. Of the first game of Nier something or other. I forget what it's called, but it looks good.
Replicant?
No, that's just what this one's called.
Okay. I think it's just called Nier, right?
It might be Nier Gestalt, I want to say. I didn't play that because I didn't know about it, and then I played Nier Automata, and I'm like, dude, this game's fucking gorgeous and fun, and
the first Nier was
depressing.
Called Nier.
Great, cool.
There you go.
Beautiful. So they showed an extended gameplay of it. Actually, it looks pretty cool, pretty bare bones, pretty alpha. They had to like load in enemies in the gameplay. They like pulled up the code list and just like, oh, let's put some enemies here and show the combat a little bit. Combat looks pretty fucking good. It looks pretty on par with Automata. Looks fucking good.
So you think they'll be able to hit that April mark if it's that far behind? It says it's coming to Steam and Xbox and everything April 23rd, 2021. Yeah, I think they'll hit that mark in 7 months?
Yeah, for sure. It looks pretty fully fledged out. Aside from it seems to be like, because all of the enemies have animations, all of the characters have animations. It looks like they just need to put the enemies down in the certain locations and maybe update the textures on a couple of the weapons, little shit in the menu, make it run a little smoother. So I think they could hit it for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Next up, I didn't even know about this one. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires is announced for 2021.
It's Dynasty Warriors.
It's
It's Hyrule Warriors without the cool Link skin.
Yep. It's coming to
everything.
PS5, Xbox Series, everything. It's coming to everything early 2021.
Including PS4, Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. So I missed this one too.
This game looks fucking great, dude.
I disagree, but
I think
we
it
can
looks
talk
great.
about it. Balan Wonderworld's next gen features discussed by Sonic creator. Yuji Naka, creator of many famous games for Sega, such as Sonic the Hedgehog and Nights into Dreams, joined IGN Japan in the studio during a Tokyo Game Show to discuss his new project, Beyond Wonderworld, and how it makes use of the PS5's unique capabilities. He also spoke about his self-assessed one chance to make a platform action game for his new employer, Square Enix. It looks fun, gameplay wise and everything. I don't like the art style. I don't think I could.
It looks. You don't like the art style.
I don't like the art style. It looks very old. I'll say that. It doesn't look very fresh. But that might be what they're kind of going for, is like the creepier sort of.
I like it. I think it looks cute. I don't know, man. It looks fun. It looks fun as fuck. It's just like a little platformer thing. I don't know. It looks nice.
It
looks like a good time.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It does have that like 3D Sonic look, which is a little disconcerting, but I will admit, because 3D Sonic's usually pretty bad, but I think it looks pretty fun. I think like if you're a child, this is going to be your shit. And I am a child at heart, so this is going to be my shit, dude.
Yeah, man, you played through all of the Knacks, and
I did.
This is right up there with that.
I can't wait for Knack 3, dude. Knack 3D.
Knack 3D. It looks like Mario a little bit, like but not as fluid. If that makes sense.
The little hat man.
Yeah, you get the costumes, and the costumes have different abilities. It looks interesting.
I think it looks fun.
All right, well you can buy it then.
I probably will. Probably will.
Then Cyberpunk 2077 environment designer explains how he built Night City. I actually missed this interview, but I did see the updated gameplay, the old E3 gameplay where you go into the gang house and you're trying to buy their weapons and you infiltrate them, and the guy gets shocked, and then you're in a boss fight, and they showed off that gameplay, but it's all updated with the new look, because they've been messing with the graphics, I guess, in this game, and the new gunplay looks great. That's about it.
I mean, if you don't know about Cyberpunk, I mean, come on, I want to watch that, but like, yeah, it's kind of just like, here, this is how it's like a BTS sort of thing. Yeah,
exactly. And it's all in Japanese, so you have to read everything. So if you're into that, go for it. Then we got Resident Evil Village. Capcom is looking into Xbox One and PS4 release alongside next gen. While Capcom isn't making any commitments, it did mention that while Resident Evil Village is being developed specifically for next-gen consoles and PC, they are looking to deliver the experience on Xbox One and PS4 as well. They say, we're looking into it, but can't make any promises. However, we will do our best in creating top-tier survival horror experience on current-gen consoles. And they showed a gameplay trailer for the game. Spooky, scary.
So basically what they're saying is it'll look fine on Xbox One, but it'll look better on the Series X. That's what they said. They're just up-resing the game on new gen. I mean, it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
we know.
Continuing on the Resident Evil Village, it will be focused more on exploration than Resident Evil 7. As I understand it, Resident Evil 7, you're kind of like stuck in sort of like a Resident Evil sort of thing. It seems to be more about exploring a village, I guess. I guess you can do it at your own pace.
I think it'll just be larger than 7, you know?
Yeah, but not in the way that like the game will be longer. I think it'll be like, it'll have branching paths instead of...
which, you know, in the long run will make it longer too.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Spooky, scary.
Yeah, spooks.
Scary spooks. Virgil is coming to Devil May Cry 5 on PS4 and Xbox One via DLC. Woo, this is news for some reason. Virgil was previously confirmed as a player for Devil May Cry 5 special editions for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and now has been confirmed that he will be available on PS4 and Xbox One via DLC. This isn't very newsworthy.
No.
Thanks for that, IGN. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness Netflix show officially announced.
Hey, that's cool. And it's called Biohazard, which is great.
It's a CGI episodic series starring Leon and Claire. It'll be on Netflix 2021. The CGI part is the part I don't understand. It's going to be like that Final Fantasy-esque.
I feel like this is just something they whipped, like they were planning to make it a live action show, but then like quarantine happened and they're like, let's just whip together a CGI thing.
Yeah, let's just
do that from home.
Way more money. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they have the assets and stuff. I mean, shit.
I can't tell if it's going to be like an anime sort of CGI or if it's going to be like a realistic sort of CGI. Looking at these pictures,
it looks like the video game.
It does. It does.
Looks like the video game, but it's going to be this is some Rooster Teeth shit, dude.
Yeah. So it. There's nothing on it other than a picture. Then we got Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is getting a playable demo.
I don't know what this is.
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory will be getting a playable demo in mid-October ahead of its release on November 30th. I don't know what the hell this is. Is this a phone game?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, it's a Guitar Hero game.
Nice.
You get to
it's a rhythm
play
action
Guitar Hero with
rhythm action game.
Yeah,
cool.
So you get to hit notes and play on the Disney soundtrack, I guess, for some things.
That's cool.
Play as your favorite Donald Duck and Sora and Mickey Mouse, maybe. Then we have Scarlet Nexus, which is a very anime-styled RPG.
Yes, this game looks pretty cool.
It does. It actually looks pretty cool.
I like the art style a lot. It's really cool.
Yeah. It kind of looks like Persona 5, but with like real-time action instead of turn-based. Very flashy animations. It'll have 2 playable characters, each with a different campaign. So that's cool. They released a gameplay trailer and they released a story trailer. And two characters in that. Then we got a Shin Megami Tensei.
The real shit.
The real shit. The shit Jake's excited for. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. That is a fucking mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Merciful mode explained. I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
It's
Merciful mode. Did you watch this?
It's no, I don't know. I think it's just like a harder difficulty, right? Or it's an easier difficulty, maybe. I don't know.
Merciful mode, which will be available as DLC after the Cult RPG is released. I don't know what that means.
I think it's
they're remaking Shin Megami Tensei 3. It looks great, and there's a new mode called Merciful mode.
It does look really good. Let me just say that.
It sure does. Do you know if it's coming to the Switch? Because that kind of looks like a Switch. It would be perfect for the Switch.
I think so, because I'm pretty sure the new Shin Megami Tensei 6, I think, or 4 or 5, whatever the fuck it is.
5, I think.
That one is a Switch exclusive, so.
Okay. Yeah. It looks good. Then another phone game.
Merciful mode is just it's a new difficulty, and it's it's super easy. So if you just want the story,
for sure. Then we'll go into phone games. This is the first phone game I'm actually excited for, I will say.
You never played Final Fantasy VII on your phone, then? Friend.
No, I didn't.
Stardew Valley on your phone, dude.
If I was to go back to any game on my phone from like my past, it'd be Chrono Trigger. I'd play Chrono Trigger on my phone.
Dude, I've been playing Stardew on my phone. Fucking Yeah. Final Fantasy VII. There's a bunch of roller coaster tycoons on the phone. Come on, get with it, bud.
Yeah. But this game looks cool. It's a gotcha game, so you fucking roll to see what fucking characters you get unlock. It's near Reincarnation. It's a 3D, 2D multiple mobile game spin-off title of the Nier universe, and it'll have all the characters from Nier, new characters from Nier, and you go through like a storybook and you fight bad guys, and that's it.
I feel like it's just like any other phone game, and I have like zero interest in it.
Right, it is just kind of like any other phone game, but it's got the art style of Nier and all that, and it looks great. And I might get bored of it once I start playing it, but I'll definitely download it and try it out. Another phone game, Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds, showed off gameplay. Didn't know this was a thing either. Level 5 and developer Netmarble showed off the first gameplay of their upcoming mobile RPG, Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds. It's a phone game where you swipe on the screen and Studio Ghibli characters react, and it's story based.
Yeah, wasn't the last Ni no Kuni game just like absolute dog shit?
It just wasn't as good.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. It just wasn't good. It was fine. Ni no Kuni 1, I hear, was incredible. Ni no Kuni 2, I hear was...
I heard it was garbage.
And this does not make me excited for this game at all.
No.
Although I did look a little bit of this thing, and it looks pretty. I'll give them that. It looks pretty. Phone will die in like 2 hours, but
now this next one though, like I haven't seen any gameplay of it, but in theory, this sounds like a really good idea. It's a Dynasty Warriors mobile game. Like that sounds really cool. I don't know what the game is, but that sounds like a really cool idea.
Yeah, there's no video on here.
It's in closed beta right now, so.
Yeah, and only in Japan. A mobile version of Dynasty Warriors designed for iOS and Android was announced during a special 20th anniversary live stream at Tokyo Game Show. Koei Tecmo also announced a Japan-only closed beta with applications opening immediately after the presentation. That would be kind of interesting, having a Dynasty Warriors on your phone,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a game that takes up so much time. Like you'd think like that's just such a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Just boot it up, kill some dudes, move on.
Then we have The Medium, that game where you play as a therapist, I guess, or a medium rather, who is in two different worlds at the same time, and it's
game looks so good
on Xbox. It looks so good. They talked to the composer on how they're doing the next gen sound. That's about it. I didn't see that, but there's new trailer and new gameplay. Oh, I don't know if there's gameplay, but there's a new trailer, and the trailer includes Troy Baker going. Yeah. Troy Baker's going to be the bad guy in this game, or one of the bad guys. And there's a little girl with a mask and her arms cut off, and she's worried and shit.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
This game looks fucking awesome. I'm hyped.
It does. There's no visual novel, Fault. It has a new trailer. Previous game also announced for Switch. Alice in Dissonance newest visual novel, Fault, Milestone 2 Side, below received a new trailer and is expected to release on Steam in 2020. It was also announced for Switch and PS4 without an estimated release window. Who cares? Not us. Somebody out there does.
Sure someone does. Yeah.
Somebody out there does. Not us.
This is crazy. So,
the Xbox Series S price has already been reduced in Japan.
That's weird.
It is weird. It came with a little 3-minute, 30-second trailer. Microsoft has already reduced the price of the yet-to-be-released Xbox Series X by about $30 in Japan. No reason was given, but the PS5 and PS5 Digital Edition prices were announced after the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S prices in Japan. So this could be a response to that.
I think it's just they know that Japanese players just don't play Xbox, and they want to have that little bit of an edge to get Japanese players over to Xbox, because that's always been a problem with Xbox is Japanese players, which is such a huge market. So I think they're trying to get that Asian market.
Yeah, especially for video games over there. Everybody over there plays video games, because especially mobile. That's why we're seeing a whole bunch of mobile games in the Tokyo Game Show, because people will sit on a train to work and just play on their phone for the hour and a half that they're going.
Handhelds were such a big deal in Japan because of that, and now phones, like
yeah, exactly. That's that's the leading industry for mobile gaming.
Japan is the granddaddy of video games as well. So
so Xbox being an American company,
it's always been a Western console. It's always done well here. It's done pretty good in Europe, but like everywhere else in the world, it's never done well. So I think they're trying to turn that around. I don't know. Also, like I have this suspicion that like PC gaming is not huge in Japan either. So they're like, let's get the consoles in Japan. I don't know that for a fact, but I have a sneaking suspicion that PC gaming isn't huge in Japan.
Yeah, I don't even know if console gaming is huge in Japan.
I mean, I don't have PlayStation.
Well, PlayStation, but like I don't know. I've never been. I don't know a whole lot of people that have been, and I don't speak Japanese, so it's kind of hard to. I mean, they have their own conference, so I guess it would have to be some sort of hole in it. So it's only dropping in $30. Do you think $30 is going to be the difference? So what is this thing? This thing is what, $300?
It's the Series S,
the Series S. So it'll be $270 in Japan.
That's a pretty fucking compelling price.
It sure is.
That's a pretty compelling price, dude.
Yeah.
I'd pick one up for $270.
Yeah.
Probably not. But like, that's pretty compelling.
If I was a parent, absolutely, I'd pick that up.
Yeah, if I didn't have a PC that was already comparable to that thing, like I would think about picking that up for sure.
Yeah, if I had a kid and they're like, I want a game console, and they haven't chosen their console, this is absolutely what I would get them.
Yeah.
Like a 11, 12-year-old kid, here you go. Here's a cheap little Christmas present.
Yeah, that's the move.
That's the move. Super good.
They've got them absolutely beat. They're beating, like in Japan, like if you think about it, $270 is the cheapest console for Xbox. The cheapest console for PlayStation is $400. So that's like that's almost half the price of the cheap PlayStation.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, but it's not as powerful as the PlayStation, but like it's
about as powerful as the Xbox One X. Yes. The X. So the Xbox. What did you call the Xbox One X?
The X-Bone.
The X-Bone. Yeah, it's X-Bone and XX
and the
XXSS. Jesus, fuck Microsoft, man, they're so dumb.
Microsoft, dude.
Speaking of Microsoft,
did you hear about that? The fucking like Xbox One sales, Xbox One X sales went up like 700% when the pre-orders went live for Xbox.
Oh, it's so stupid. I mean, it's
everyone's
genius.
Like confused, and this is all part of Xbox's master plan.
It's just, let's confuse the public. That way we can sell everything, and nobody knows what they're actually buying.
It's not our fault. You guys are dumb and don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's hilarious. Honestly, it really is.
Let's get to this shit.
Microsoft Flight Simulator will get a Japan World update, and all users will be able to download it for free on September 29th. That is today. This update will enhance the game's coverage of Japan thanks to digital elevation mapping of the entire country. So that's kind of cool.
They just spent some time and actually mapped out Japan a little better.
Yeah.
I'm sure what happened was like people were flying over Japan and they're like, this isn't Japan.
Yeah. What is this little box here? This is supposed to be like a tower.
There's supposed to be mountains here. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
We did that
honestly.
when we were flying over Japan. We're like, this isn't Japan. And then, but it was. It is now. That's cool.
Yeah. So they put a little bit more time into it, and it's free. It's a free update. Back to the medium. Showed off the trailer that I was talking about. Showed off two characters, the mysterious Sadness and Troy Baker's antagonist, the Maw.
The Maw. It's always the Maw, dude.
Yeah, it sure is. Thanks IGN for lumping those two trailers together so that I sound like I planned this and not like an idiot. New Gigabash character pays tribute to Japanese hero series. Gigabash, the B-movie styled 4-player arena brawler in which giant kaiju monsters and ranger heroes battle it out for supremacy.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds fucking awesome.
It looks pretty cool. Honestly, it looks like a great couch co-op sort of game. They gave a 17-minute gameplay video showing the game in action.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so if you just like scrub through the video right here, oh man, it looks pretty cool. You get to like fly around as like kaiju or ranger heroes, as they put it, and just destroy a whole bunch of buildings and beat each other up, kind of like a Smash Bros. sort of thing. But it looks pretty cool. It looks a good fun couch co-op game, and that is all that we have on the Tokyo Game Show. There probably were some other
I'm watching
things.
this gameplay. This looks fucking insane. You just like destroy buildings and shit, and just like this looks great.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks wonderful.
That is a game that I'm not even sure if it's gonna make its way out here because it's very Japanese, and
there was a couple more things at the Tokyo Game Show. One of them was that Tetris Effect Connected.
They showed that off.
Yeah, it's going to be optimized for Series X. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's going to run better on the Series X.
I think what that means is that they've developed it for the Xbox Series X, but it will also be able to run on the PlayStation 4.
So they announced 3 games: Tetris Effect Connected, Samurai Spirits, and Bright Memory V 1.0. I don't know what those other 2 games are, but they also showed off RPG Time, The Legend of Right, that little cutesy game where you're like drawing the RPG. If you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to bring those up.
Okay, yeah. That was the whole Tokyo Game Show.
It was a long event. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that we missed, but
yeah, we just kind of went over some of the bigger stuff, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Let's move on to the news, shall we? News.
This is a pretty big piece of news too.
It is, but it won't be for very long. Amazon Gaming announces Amazon's Luna, a video game streaming service. I did some research on this myself. I didn't really see any like article. I'm sure there were articles talking about it, but I just clicked on the Amazon thing and it's came up with a couple of things. It's $5.99 a month as an introductory price for invitation only early access. So that means nothing. Amazon is doing exactly what Google tried to do and failed with the Stadia. They're saying you can play all of these games online for a $6 a month fee. You don't need anything. You just need a TV with smart capabilities and a fast internet connection and a whole buttload of data.
The difference that I'm seeing is with Stadia, there was like 20 games when they launched it. They launched it in beta, and they totally botched the launch as well. They launched it where only the like founders pack, so you had to spend like the $200 to get it. they totally botched it. Where this is actually like it's going to launch at $5.99, and they said that there's more than 100 games will be available at launch. Launch titles include Resident Evil 7, Control, Panzer Dragoon.
At launch, though, that it's the same deal that Stadia is, because right now you can only get in to the early access. This isn't even launch if you sign up for like their rolling releases or whatever. So you can go to the Amazon Luna website, sign up for the
I can't tell
early access.
The other thing I wonder, well, because this says it's $6.90 or $5.99 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it more like Game Pass, or is it like Stadia? Because Stadia, you pay for the streaming software and then you still have to buy the games. That's the other problem with Stadia. Is this more of a service where you can like download whatever the fuck you want, like Game Pass, or is this like Stadia? Because that is another big issue with Stadia.
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me just go down their website. They have introducing Luna, Amazon's cloud gaming service where it's easy to play great games on devices you already own. No waiting for lengthy downloads or updates, just play. Request your invitation for early access and help it make Amazon Luna better. There's a button, request early access. There's a little 3-minute trailer or a minute 30 trailer. Then it goes down. No waiting for lengthy downloads or updates. Games stream directly to the cloud, from the cloud to your screens. Experience gaming anywhere. There's high-speed Wi-Fi.
So it sounds like it's like an Xbox Game Pass sort of thing.
It sounds like it. Game on your favorite screen. Luna is available PC, Mac, Fire TV, and web apps for iPhone, iPad. That's all.
I'm seeing here. Oh, it's only for iPhone.
I guess so. Play screen without missing a step in the game with Luna controller. They also announced
controller is $49.99.
Okay,
during the early access period.
But you don't need it, from what I understand.
Yeah, because it says you have the option to play with mouse and keyboard or a Bluetooth controller. So you can connect your Xbox controller to it. That's pretty cool.
Explore adventure, platform, indie, shooter, RPG, racing, and classic games from Ubisoft, Capcom, 505, and Team 17. We're always adding more. Then they have game channels. They have Luna Plus, which is early access pricing, $5.99 a month. You get unlimited hours of play, growing library of games, up to 1080p, 60 frames, 4K coming soon. Stream on 2 devices at a time. That's kind of cool, I think.
Good luck streaming 4K though. What the fuck?
Yeah. Play on PC, Mac, Fire TV, and web apps for iPhone and iPad. That's weird. No Android or anything. And then there's another thing that says Ubisoft channel. The price is for the Luna Plus is grayed out. So I don't know if you pay for each channel. It seems like. Because
that's
it says,
interesting.
Yeah, it says unlimited hours of play, unlimited editions, ultimate editions with DLC for select titles. Same thing. Stream up to 1 device at a time on this one, and then play on all the same things. So I think it's what you're saying. It's going to be a Game Pass sort of thing, but I think you're going to have to change the channels or include channels.
It's like Hulu with fucking Showtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So it comes with like probably a base amount of games, and then you can add on different channels.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Hate that.
Apparently, people on Twitch are already playing it, and then you can.
Yeah, it says it has Twitch integration, so it allows gamers to dive right into the games they just saw their favorite streamers play. So basically, if a streamer is streaming a game that's on this thing, you can just like click a button and start the game. That's pretty fucking cool. I'll say this, dude. Fuck Amazon and fuck this whole thing. I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. I'd rather touch Stadia than this thing. Amazon can suck my giant cock. And yeah, fuck you, Jeff Bezos. I hope that company burns.
Yeah.
That's my take on this fucking thing. Also, with this whole channels thing, this is gonna ruin Game Pass. Like, by ruin Game Pass, I mean everyone who has one of these services is gonna be like, "That's a good idea to make extra money. Let's do that." And
No.
it's not even gonna be Xbox's service. It's gonna be fucking Ubisoft, who's like, "Well, let's make our own service, and if they want to add us onto their service, it's an additional fee," and that prevents Xbox from putting like Ubisoft games on there. So,
Absolutely.
so this whole thing is a clusterfuck, and it sucks, and I hate that it exists.
I'm really hoping this just tanks, kind of like Stadia, because it's a bad idea. And it's just very scummy and very shitty for...
I have a feeling this has more of a chance to not tank, and let me tell you why. Because when you open up Amazon, this thing is going to be everywhere, and everyone fucking uses Amazon. So you open it up, and fucking my dad is going to be like, "Oh, what's this? I can play games on my phone. Let's check this out." Like, it's going to be like that. Like, so like I have a feeling this is going to take off, which upsets me, but I do.
Yeah, and they might include it with like Prime for an additional little charge or something.
Yeah, exactly.
At a certain point. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, it's real scummy. What I did want to point out here, though, in their frequently asked questions, there is a question that says, "What internet speed do I need for Luna?" And it says the answer is the minimum recommended internet connection for streaming is 10 megabytes. 35 megabytes required to play in 4K.
Dang. That's surprisingly low.
Yeah, it is. But then right underneath that, it says, how much internet data should I expect to use with cloud gaming? Unlike streaming movies or music, cloud gaming can consume up to 10 gigabytes an hour at 1080p. That only gives you 10 hours of data before, for me anyway. I think for you too, because I only get,
if you have that terabyte,
it's standard with Cox in the location that we're at to get a terabyte of data. And then once you go over that, you have to pay like $20 additional, like 10 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So you play this for 10 hours, you have no internet anymore unless you're paying premium rates. You can't play games anymore unless you pay premium rates. This is super shitty. It's so shitty. And the number one reason I will not be touching this, other than, I guess this is the number one reason, because my internet's slow and 10 gigabytes is just way too much, and Cox is bullshit. But also, fuck Amazon, fuck Jeff Bezos.
I cannot get behind the whole like streaming video games thing, because like, why would I do that when I've got this fucking terabyte hard drive in here? And like, hard drives are like, or like even SSDs now are like super fucking cheap. Like, let me just download the game.
Well, even still, like, the only reason I can see streaming games is if you're going to play too many games, and nobody's going to be playing their games on. Nobody's going to be streaming their games if they're like a hardcore gamer who. Yeah.
Well, because I think the idea is like you play the game on your phone or whatever, but like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know, like I'll play it on my fucking TV. Like, what are you talking about? I have a Switch. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Like, why would, and then like you need internet access for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
it's not like Wi-Fi.
It's not like I can play it on the train. You know, like I just don't. I don't get the point. I can buy a fucking SSD drive, a terabyte hard drive for like $60. Like, I just don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I don't get it. I can't believe that companies are still trying to do this. The only way I can see this actually working out in the future is if internet becomes a human right.
Like electricity or water or.
Yeah, and it becomes like a government thing where you pay the government and the government pays these companies to upkeep.
Dude, you know when that happens, though, internet is going to be shit.
Well, that's
You
yeah.
know it, dude. You know
Unless
it.
unless people are vote for the right shit,
Especially in
Unless
America, dude. No, dude,
yeah,
America gives you the bare minimum.
I
Anyway,
know. Yeah, it's true, but you have to vote.
look at Flint, Michigan, dude. Look at their water.
Yeah, we just got to move.
It's gonna be our internet. Our internet's gonna be fucking muddy here in a minute.
Yeah, it sure is. That's all we got. It's kind of a short episode.
We went for about an hour.
We did all right. We
Yeah.
did all right. Jake, you got a question for these people? For these fine people? You have anything? I have a question.
Yeah,
Um,
put it out there.
I don't know if this is going to be the question of the week, but I have a question just for the general people. How many stories do you think is going to come out next week? So that Jake can just fucking have a 600-page list rather than my one-page list here. How many newsworthy articles are going to come out that Jake can read off of next week? Because my guess is probably like six.
Yeah,
Six big stories are going to happen, and we're going to have a good time next week.
This week was so bare that it's pretty inevitable that something big's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, like they're gonna show the PlayStation off. A fucking Factions is gonna be announced and
Oh,
showed
man.
off, and like it's just gonna be like the Xbox whatever is gonna.
Oh yeah, that's
show
right.
off their Xbox
there
shit.
was we forgot to mention the Last of Us Day thing that happened.
Well, I mean, that's hardly a thing though.
No,
but yeah,
no,
you're right.
Because fucking
You're right.
fucking Neil Druckmann came out here and he's like, "Oh, Last of Us Day, it's happening on Saturday." I'm sorry about the accent. That's just how Neil Druckmann talks.
Saturday. What was
it's happening
that
on
was
Saturday,
the 26th. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, it's happening on Saturday, and he's like, and expect some big announcements. And then they're like, here's a fucking Last of Us coloring book. And we're like, what?
Well, there was that. They gave out a free theme on PlayStation, so if you don't have it, it's a good theme. So yeah, they're like, hey, we're selling a couple of things from The Last of Us that you might like on our store. And then the news that everybody's waiting for, that everybody knows is going to happen. Fucking Neil Druckmann comes out and he sends out a tweet and he's like, we know that thing you're waiting for. Then you're expecting today, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Patient.
Yeah.
Be patient. Oh man, fuck you, Neil Druckmann. Hey, that's my question. When is Factions coming out?
All right,
that's a good question. When is Last of Us Factions coming out?
We might title. My prediction is that we will know when it's coming out next week.
I don't think so. I don't
know, man. It's you're hosting next week, and what to look forward to next week. I've got two things that I'm looking forward to. Modern Warfare Season 6 comes out on Tuesday, and the new Monster Hunter, the final Monster Hunter update with the final creature Fatalis comes out October 1st. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Here's what I think you should look forward to. If you're watching this right now on the day it launched at 7 a.m. or whenever this came out, later tonight, turn on your television and watch the debates, because that's going to be some good ass TV. Oh my God. And that happens tonight, baby. That's going to be some good ass TV.
Yeah, just two really old men, really old white men arguing about nothing, saying fake news. And
I'll hit you with my flap. My skin flap.
And you'll be able to catch that on the Jake and Corey podcast. I'm sure they will be talking about it over there.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably a whole episode on that.
I actually plan on streaming it tomorrow, so if anyone wants to join me or today rather.
Yeah.
Lonercast, twitch.tv/Lonercast.
Yeah. And then follow us on Twitter. Jake is at emergencypizza_. I am at fatal_microwave on Twitch. Follow us, like us, subscribe to us, comment on our fucking shit so we can, send those bots to view our shit, get us up there.
Yeah.
We need to pay for better shit. We need the money.
We need a studio.
a studio. I need a
We
mic.
need money so we can quit our jobs so we can quarantine together and we can actually just do this show in the same room.
Yeah, we can live in a garage and it'll be a studio garage with bed and recording area.
Sleep in the same bed.
We just one bed. It's a twin. We sleep back to back.
It's like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. And then in the other corner is just the whole, rig or whatever.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Watch our other shows, Jake and Corey podcast. I believe that comes out every Monday.
Every Monday.
And I don't think there's anything else that's on the channel that's new.
A rom-com show coming probably next week. We'll see.
Coming TBD. Jake's got a couple of review shit. So he reviewed Tenet not too long ago.
Reviewed Mulan as well.
Oh, Mulan! I didn't see that one, but
How dare you?
Those are up on the channel. So
how dare you, sir?
Give us a look and bye-bye.
That's it. We did it.